Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts as to why you may not be getting a job. Okay, um, as you know that there are many people who send me their profiles, and I'm also in touch with a lot of employers to place people. Although I never give a guarantee. Okay, and this is primarily for people who want to go to the Middle East and earn, like they say, oil money, tax-free money. But there is a recurring pattern that I tend to see, which I'm going to address in this video. So feel free to comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, for those who are new to this channel, my name is Loy Machedo, and I lived in UAE for 40 years. My parents 55. I have friends who have stayed there for 3 generations. So very much aware of the Middle East culture. And because I myself was working for the corporate world, and then I moved into freelancing and placement and training, I'm aware of what goes on in UAE. And thankfully, because of my ability to stand out, market, take charge, I was in touch with a lot of CEOs, a lot of owners of companies, a lot of business heads. And thankfully, because I got mentored by these CEOs and people in very high positions, especially business people, I was able to educate myself what they don't teach you in schools and colleges. Okay. And people also book my services for personal professional coaching. All right. So now what is happening is there are vacancies. Okay. People keep telling me, are there any vacancies? This is my job profile. Are there any jobs? There will always be vacancies, unless, of course, the whole economy is moving into a recession and companies are terminating people left, right, and center. But if the country or the economy is growing, there will always be jobs. And places like the Middle East, where it is very easy to start a new business, very easy in less than, I mean, you can register a company and you can start up and running within less than an hour. Okay. And in some cases, I've even had guys who are part of my WhatsApp groups. They are into this PRO, public relation officer. They are able to register a company in less than 15 to 20 minutes. So given how fast businesses are created, and UAE or the Middle East, or especially Dubai, they don't care where you get the money as long as you're not doing anything illegal. You bring the money, start a business, follow the rules, happy go lucky. Okay. So there are plenty of vacancies. And if you do have the talent, if you do have the skill, you have the expertise, you have the experience, you can offer value to the employer, 100% he is going to take you. Okay. But now there is a fine line between demand and supply. There's a fine line between the guy wants you, or the guy has a requirement, let's say a salesperson, or he wants someone who is into accounting, or he wants someone who's a designer, or he wants someone who is into, say, marketing or IT. He has a requirement and he has a budget. Now, what happens is, as a businessman, he'll always try to think, how can I pay the least amount as possible and get the best? That is how business people generally think. Now, it's not going to be like the typical mentality, the cheapest and the best. They know it doesn't work. Okay. At least the smart, educated businessmen with common sense, because you bring the cheapest, you'll always get a headache. So they are always searching for the balance between the cheapest and the most expensive, somewhere in between. While the employee, that is you who's watching, you would always want the highest salary. And people who are coming from India, I'm telling you, the more I'm exposed to the people working in India, the more I get shocked, because the salaries are shocking, absolutely shocking. Maybe for the Indian market, it is good enough that you can manage day-to-day expense. But when you kind of translate that to Dubai salaries or globally, I don't know how people survive. Like, it is not surprising, or rather, I've been surprised before, but now I'm no longer surprised. People earn 500 US dollars a month, 700 US dollars a month, 1,000 US dollars a month, and you're talking about salary per month. That also for an intermediate position, not a junior level. There are students who graduate from colleges, they get much more than this, and that also tax-free money. So that is why majority of the people from India or third world countries, rush off to come to the Middle East. Okay, so tax-free. But now, just on that basis itself, oh, people in the Middle East get very big salaries, maybe I'll also get a very big salary. It doesn't work that way. Just because people get doesn't mean you will get. Now, so the question begins, how will you get? Why will you get? Now, people assume, oh, if I make a very beautiful resume with bombastic words and beautiful color, and I put my photograph there, and I try to bullshit and bluff my way. Oh, he achieved 50% of the revenue, millions of dollars, and if you bluff that way, don't think the guy who's giving you a job, who's earning more money than you, who has seen more life than you, who is more successful than you, is going to be fooled by your nonsense. Because the first question begins, if you are so good, if you're God's gift to mankind as you're portraying on the profile, then why aren't companies coming and knocking at your door? Why isn't your current employer paying you millions just to retain you? Why is nobody in the market talking about you? So even if you bluff, you need to you need to make it reasonable. You can't say, I achieved 10,000% and give the company billions of dollars. Then they should pay you millions, right? So it's not just resume. The second one is, it is not bluffing and bullshitting, like especially guys who come from Mumbai and places like Delhi, the north, where people are very overly confident, not confident, overly confident, where they will tell you they will get you the sun, moon, and stars, and they know this contact, that contact, they will do this, they will do that, and they can achieve the impossible. Yeah, you can maybe fool people. Yes, maybe you can fool people and get the job. But if you don't perform from day one, because you've already positioned yourself as, oh, I'm up here, the normal person here, I'm up here, I can achieve there. Then from day one, if you do not achieve, they will terminate you because they're not stupid. Okay. And last and not the least, if you think, okay, I will lie, I will cheat, I will try fake documents, they will catch you at some point. So now, in this video, what I'll do is I'll give you 5 questions that you need to ask yourself before you do think of even setting foot in the Middle East. And these 5 questions are very introspective and very, very important. And these are the questions I ask my clients, the people who pay me for jobs in the Middle East. I ask them these questions and we try to discover the answer, because I'll tell you, it's not just your big degree or you might get a high education or wonderful experience. No, you need to convince the owner why you, and not just give vague answers or bombastic answers. So the first one, which you need to understand is, you know, it's you're not the greatest thing for mankind. You're not like God's gift to whole of mankind or to the business world. Okay. So the first question which I will ask you to ask yourself is, how much do you know yourself? Like, how much do you know about yourself, which is relevant to the job and which is useful to the employer? Not how much you know yourself. Oh, I know everything. No, I'm sorry, you don't. When I sit and talk to clients, when I sit and talk to individuals, when I ask them questions, you would not believe, maybe they know themselves, but they do not know how to articulate it in words. And if you do not know how to um, communicate who you are, what you are, into a persuasive language, into a language that appeals to the employer, he's not going to give you a job. So, like when I ask people, tell me something about yourself. Oh, I studied here, I worked there. Oh, I'm hardworking. Oh, I'm focused. I achieved this. Man, that anyone can do, yeah. That anybody can do. I studied here, so what? I worked there, so what? Oh, I was very hardworking. Why? Others are not hardworking. You're the hardest working. Come on, man. So, what? How much do you know of yourself, and what is it that interests the employer in relation to this job? That is number one. Number two is I ask people, okay, everything is good. Everything is. Tell me the bad stuff. And people generally, oh, I work so hard that I sleep in the office. Oh, my boss has to throw me out, or there is no balance in my personal life. I'm just working 24/7. Yeah, I didn't ask you to give me a hidden strength. I'm asking you for weakness, for something that is bad, dirty, and ugly. Then people are like, I I'm a perfectionist. Again, I repeat it. I didn't ask you to give me a hidden strength. Give me your drawback, something that is bad and ugly. Then people say, oh, I have a temper. I can't stand nonsense. Then slowly they start opening up. Oh, I cannot stand mediocrity. Then once again, I repeat this, and then finally they come out with, yeah, but if I tell my bad points, then who'll give me a job? If I say that I lose my cool, I get very angry, I cannot take bullshit, I sometimes gossip with others, I waste time, I lose interest, then how will I get a job? See, remember this much. You may be shy to reveal your drawbacks, but your colleagues, your colleagues, the people, especially those who don't like you, and the ones who are close to you, especially your boss, they know you in and out. And many a times, they will never reveal it to you. They'll not tell you on your face. But people, the stuff that they bitch about you, that they talk negative about you, is the reality. And this is what people don't seem to understand, that, listen, you can't hide your drawbacks. Like, for example, say me, attention seeking. Okay. It's all written all over my face. You can see attention seeking. I'm a rebel. I don't get along with people. It's all over my personality. Sometimes I can be egoistic, a maniac. I can be an asshole. It's all over me, man. And these are the things people used to say behind my back, but I was afraid. Always thought I wanted to be a goody goody, nice guy, get along. No, I can't get along. I just can't get along. I have to be the boss. I can't work as a team. That is how I was, and I still am. And people know about it. And yes, this can be a very big reason why people will not give me a job. But guess what? It saves me and the employee the headache. And if I do take up a project, I'll take up one that is worth it and where I know it will bring out the best in me. So the second point is, what do people say behind your back, man? What is it that they say? Because this will come out, whether you like it or not. Number three is this one, nobody knows the answer. Whichever guy I have mentored or whichever guy has come as my client, why should someone give you a job? Tell me why. Why the hell should someone give you a job? They'll say, oh, I'm hardworking. Why? Nobody else works hard. Oh, I'm result oriented. Why? Nobody else is result oriented. Oh, I achieved X amount. Why? There is no one who achieved more than you in the industry. I tell people, just imagine, what if there was a guy who is educated from an Ivy League, who has better education, better qualification, better experience, better contacts, better connections, better recommendations. Everything is better than you. Then why should someone give you a job? Then people are like, then I don't know that. This is exactly, you do not know the 5 other candidates who are waiting outside the door, who are much better than you, more qualified. So why should people give you the job? I know what you'll say then. Then, Loy, in that case, there is always someone better than me. But that doesn't mean you can't get a job. Look, there are people better than me. Thousands of coaches, consultants, service providers, thousands better than me. But then why do people still come to me? Because I know myself. I know that USP. I know what makes me stand out. I know myself in and out. I've spent literally 15 years of my life trying to discover and ask myself this question. Have you? You have not. You have not gone to a mentor. You have not discovered yourself. Not spent time finding out who you are. Then how and why will anyone give you a job, man? I can answer the question like this. That is why it took time. It didn't. I just didn't come out from my mother's womb and know all the answers. I educated myself. Do you know the answers? That also I'm asking about you. Number 4 is what makes you better than others. There should be something, right? If everyone's better than you, then what makes you better? You'll say, if everything is better, then there's nothing left. No, there is something. You need to dig deep. Maybe you can say that you are asking for a lesser salary. Maybe you can talk about the fact that maybe you can work a few extra hours. See, there is always something. I'm not saying that if the guy says, I'll work 16 hours, okay, I'll work 20 hours a day. No, it doesn't work that way. But it has to match your personality, your vision, your values, your wants, your desires, your dreams. And see, listen, you can't have everything perfect. You can't have everything going your way. I want a good job and a good salary and a good position and a good boss and a supportive environment and you are asking for perfection when you're not perfect. And last, if not the least, the final and most important question that I ask people, man, you need to find out what is your USP, unique selling proposition. What is it? People generally, they always go hard work, creativity, focus, target driven. No, stop it. And that is where, in order to make people understand, I say, give me a measurable, verifiable, track record based USP. And that involves me digging into their past, their childhood, their school, their core personality that they themselves are not aware of. And that is how you come to know who you are. That is how you can position yourself, and that is how you can get a job. See, I've been doing this for so many years. And I finally, when you are obsessed about something, you finally figure things out. Because I've been so obsessed with my line of work, today I have the answers. Today I can guide others. And that is why I'm good at what I do. And that is why I charge a bomb for what I do. I'm not cheap. And you can achieve the same status. You also can value and position yourself at a salary that is much, much more than what you're getting. But if you cannot convince the guy who is a decision maker, then why will he take you? In fact, can you convince yourself? Do you know how to communicate yourself? If you don't know how to communicate your own personality, your own traits, your drawbacks, plus points, minus points, you can't market and sell yourself, then how will the decision maker be convinced? Yeah. So these are the fundamentals that you need to keep in mind. If you can get these answers and understand yourself, and then learn and memorize these answers and make it a perfect statement, a dialogue, a kind of a interesting speech, something that people would love to hear, the world will come knocking at your door, man. How is it a tattooed face like me, a guy who's a school dropout, who's a freak, and people call all these names? How is it I'm able to survive? Because I know how to communicate. I know how to communicate who I am. I know how to offer value. I know how to position myself. You must have the gift of the gab, and for that, you must have the content that comes with the gift of the gab. And the content is you. If you do not know yourself and you do not know how to market and sell yourself, you might be the most gifted, talented, best, in terms of expertise, experience, you'll still be unemployed. And I can challenge you on that. Forget unemployed, you'll get a very pathetically low salary, while there'll be someone who's maybe not as good as you, maybe not as smart as you, sharp as you, experienced as you, but he's earning 10 times more. Right now, there is someone out there who's earning 10 times more than you. And the fault is not the market, no. There are opportunities. The fault is it's in your hands. Anyway, you think about what I said. You agree, disagree. Feel free to tell me, oh, you're wrong. Fine. Then you tell me what is the right way. And remember, luck only comes only to those people who are well prepared to take advantage of the opportunity, not for those who are like dumb ducks and sitting and doing the same thing. Like this, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Remember, time is of essence. Take your life seriously. Take your life seriously. Just look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what is the salary I'm getting? What is the salary others are getting? Why such a big discrepancy? But if you're happy with your life, great guns. If not, then it's time to make a change. Remember, there are people in the Middle East getting 10 times more than you. Question is why? Good, bad, ugly. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. This is me signing off. You guys take care.